And speaking of banner years, I know August is a month with no R, and as we say in the industry, if you can get through the months with no R, you'll be successful in this business. Here to help you get through the dog days of August and have a banner year for your business is NAFA Indiana trustee Marlon Hall with a sales tip. Marlon, welcome to NAFA Indiana this month. Thanks so much for sharing your best sales tip.
Thank you, Joe, for having me, and thank you, NAFA Indiana, for having me this month for the sales idea. It's a privilege and an honor to be a member of NAFA Indiana, and I look forward to seeing you all at our next in-person event. The sales idea that we'll share for August involves sales psychology. We draw it from a book titled Speak on Purpose, Deliver Your Message Precisely and Effectively. And specifically, we talk about how we can impact a client's subconscious by making different choices in the words that we use. And this research has been going on for many years. And many of us, when we talk to clients, we get into a groove and we just, keep saying what we've been saying without thinking about what we're saying, especially if we've been doing this for a long time. It's a good idea, even if you're an industry veteran, to step back and actually think about the words that you use. So let's go through some words that we all use and how we might be able to adjust them to have a greater impact on the client's subconscious and ultimately on our sales success. One of the more common words we use in everyday speak and talking to clients is think. We'll say, well, this is what I think, or this is what industry experts think if we're using social proof and talking to a customer. But psychology teaches us that the word believe and belief is more powerful than the word think or thoughts. And so if we can on purpose use the word belief and believe anytime we're seeking to convince a client or a prospect of an idea or a concept, this will help us be more effective. Another example of a word that we use regularly is just. It's common speech to say, well, I'm just calling, or this is just that. Well, psychology teaches us, sales psychology specifically, research tells us that the word just minimizes everything that comes after. And so if you say you're just calling, well, you're minimizing the reason for your call in the mind of the individual whom you call. What you're generally seeking to convey when you use that word is that it's not difficult, it's not challenging, it's not time consuming. And so a more effective word is simply. I'm simply calling. That specifically says it's not difficult, whereas just actually minimizes the importance. One that many of you have heard me use in the past in other presentations is the word fee. This word continues to be pervasive throughout the industry, which is why I continue to harp on it. Even if you've heard it before, odds are you've used the word probably as recently as today. Well, unfortunately, the word fee creates a visceral reaction in the client or the prospect, or frankly, any human being, because it tells us that there is no value being provided in exchange for the money coming out of the client's pocket. And this is why clients ask to waive fees or tell you they're angry about fees. This feeds Ken Fisher's complaints about annuity, nosebleed level fees. Well, the alternative to that word is the word cost. And so the word cost, we know, specifically tells the subconscious that there's an exchange of value. It's a very easy way to illustrate this. When you go to the grocery and buy a gallon of milk, you pay the cost for the milk. You don't pay the milk fee, because the value exchange is crystal clear. And so you can affect the change on clients' subconscious and how they interact with you simply by using the word cost anytime you're talking about money coming out of their pocket going into yours, because that means they are going to get some value in exchange for that transaction. If you use the word fee, only use that for your competitors. Other words that we use when we deal with objections, it's common to talk about overcoming objections. It's very rare for clients and prospects to want to be overcome. We suggest when we look at psychology, sales psychology research, that you use the word embrace. We embrace objections. Clients object, we agree with them, and then we pivot. That's embracing the objective versus overcoming the objective. And finally, referral. I know there's lots of people who've done lots of things with referral trainings and teaching people to get more referrals. Consider when you refer, it's essentially pointing to that thing over there, and there's value there, certainly better than nothing. But imagine if instead of a referral, you received an introduction. Better yet, imagine if instead of a referral or an introduction, you received an endorsement. You have clients who are happy with your services. Don't ask for a referral, ask for an endorsement, or at least ask for an introduction. So that's the sales idea, sales tip for August. Consider the words that you use with yourself, with the members of your staff, and more importantly, with your clients and prospects. If you can make some small adjustments, you can increase your sales. Thank you for having me again, Joe, in Natha, Indiana. I'm Marlon Hall. The book is called Speak on Purpose. Make it a prosperous day.
Marlon, those are great tips. I'm sure many of our members will be able to use that today. Thanks for sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.